sports consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Summer is here, and if your home already feels warmer than it should, your windows could be working against you. Right now, buy 4 windows, you get 4 free. That's one of the biggest offers of the year. Plus, you'll get 48 months of 0% interest financing, same as cash. Call 414-410-2000 or visit UniversalWindowsDirect.com to schedule your free estimate today. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months of interest-free payments, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Don't miss 3 weekends of live music at Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance, including Post Malone, Alex Warren, Sean Paul, plus Flo Rida, Louis Tomlinson, Audrey Nuna, and more. Get tickets now at summerfest.com.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI-HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
I'm sitting in Bristol, Connecticut yesterday, having a meeting with one of my college game day bosses. And all of a sudden, whoop, across the bottom line on ESPN, Myles Garrett traded to the Rams. Shockwaves throughout the building and whatnot. Weird place to be when something like that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
And it was like
Everyone's got to jump into action
scramble
suddenly.
mode, right? And obviously our insiders were all over it. I believe that report, if I'm not mistaken, did that come from Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, and Tom Pelissero?
That is correct. Yes, all three are on the byline.
Like, that's got to be the first time, right? That's got to be the first time
yes.
that those 3 gentlemen in particular have combined for a report. As, of course, the NFL Network is now under the ESPN Disney umbrella, etc. That was a wild detail as well. But Myles Garrett to the Rams is a move that sends shockwaves, at the very least, across the NFC, the conference, of course, that the Packers are in. So, guys, yesterday, what was your reaction to when you saw that Myles Garrett is no longer a member of the Browns, but headed to the Rams, a perennial playoff team in the Packers conference?
I get it, because Cleveland's terrible. They want to get younger. They did by getting Verse with 3 draft picks. So I get it from that standpoint. But what blows my mind is, I mean, we all saw how good Micah Parsons was last year on the field. Myles Garrett is even better. Now, I don't think there's a gap, but if you're ranking them, it would go Garrett, Parsons.
Which is exactly how it is in Vegas, by the way, for Defensive Player of the Year.
So, I mean, the front runner for the Super Bowl just got better. You know, and It doesn't always work out. There's been big trades like this before throughout the years of the NFL.
Micah Parsons. Right? Because last year, guys, this was the Packers, right? They make the move for Micah Parsons, and all of a sudden they up the list as far as Super Bowl contenders go. The Micah Parsons deal was a big reason why people were all in on the Packers potentially being the representative in the NFC for the Super Bowl. And then guess what happens? Micah Parsons gets hurt. I'm not saying that Myles Garrett is going to get hurt. I'm just saying, to your point, Chew, things can happen.
But the difference there is, like, the Packers Super Bowl window is more open. Like, this is an all-in for 2026 move. Like, Micah Parsons was, we're going to have him in 26 and 27, because he's significantly younger. He's 4 years younger than Myles Garrett, right? And this is, I mean, you take a look at just the way that the Rams roster is constructed. It's got some older players that are key contributors. Who knows what happens with Devontae Adams this year? Their quarterback has had back issues. He's 38 years old. Who knows if he's playing beyond this year? Their coach continues to flirt with TV executives, and he may be jumping to TV if he thinks this thing goes south. Like, yeah, Myles Garrett's going to be there for more than 2026, but he's also 30 years old. Like, it's a 2026 for sure move, and then they'll figure it out in 2027. This is like all in 2026 Super Bowl or bust move for the Rams.
But this is what they do.
Yeah,
You know, they did it with, who's the DN from Denver? Gabe?
Von Miller.
They did it with
Matthew Stafford.
Cornerback. This is just what they do. And my guess is why they did it is because they know Stafford's on the clock.
Yeah, 100%.
Stafford could retire any year. So they're all in. They're all 100%. In. But you know what, though? All in doesn't always work out. I mean, it works out on paper. Doesn't always work out on the field. And then who knows if Parsons stays healthy for the whole year, where the Packers would have wound up. So,
yeah. So Chew, you reference this is what they do, this is who they are. Is this something that you wish the Packers did? Because I would argue that for as long as we thought that the narrative was, or that the reality was, that Brian Gutekunst was a draft and develop GM, because that's what Ted was before him, Brian Gutekunst has gone out and utilized free agency more than we thought he would. And he's hit on some guys. Not all, but some, right? Xavier McKinney's always going to come to mind for me as like, dang, that was a hell of a move. It has paid off. Last year maybe wasn't as impactful as he was the prior year, but still a top talent at that position. Brian Gutekunst has shown he is willing to go out and do it. And then, of course, the Micah Parsons thing was just the cherry on top of the sundae. So my question to you, Chew, is do you wish that Brian Gutekunst handled business more? Is it Snead? Les Snead? Is that the guy out there?
Yeah.
Do you wish that he handled business more like him, which is these bleep them picks, go out, get the guys who are going to elevate your roster and put you in a prime spot, the catbird seat, if you will, for the Super Bowl?
No. Not when you have a quarterback as young as he is. You don't want huge dips or peaks and valleys. I mean, you're going to have dips, where your roster's not as good, but you're still in the game. I wouldn't mortgage the future now, because if you do that and Jordan Love goes out and has an amazing year, an MVP-type year, but you don't have enough horses in the game, then you have no shot. You always give him a shot, and for that MVP season, and I think that's what Goody does. I don't think he's going to trade for Sweat. He's got too many draft picks invested in that position. I would be shocked if he went out and did it. Would I do it? What's his cap number, Gabe? Do you know?
Sweat? I think they would be on the hook for $10 million this year.
Which is not horrible. I mean, for a fifth-round pick.
Sweat is the pass rusher, right?
Josh Sweat out of Arizona, yes.
Yeah.
Because, again, like with the way, much like the Myles Garrett trade, right? Like he's not getting, the cap number isn't what it would be in Cleveland because they're responsible for the signing bonus. So if the Packers were to go out and trade for Josh Sweat, the Cardinals are still on the hook for the signing bonus. That's already been paid. That's just being paid out over the cap, right? So the number ends up being a lot lower and a lot more affordable than when the Packers, for example, made the trade and then signed the contract for Micah, because the Packers are on the hook for all of the Micah money.
Do I think Lucas Van Ness is good enough opposite Parsons? Yes, but he has to stay healthy. Do I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler? No. But I like high-energy guys. You know, if he can develop something and stay healthy and then just create problems in the backfield when he's blocked one-on-one, because we all know Parsons is going to garner a ton of attention, then I'm fine. But the health it's like the running back position with Marshawn Lloyd. I'm sure he's a good running back. But, dude, if you can't stay on the field, you're of no use to us.
Well, let me ask you this, Chu. If they were going to go out and make a move, and I'm not saying that they should, exhaust free agency on a running back, but as we wait to know how this Josh Jacobs thing is going to play out, does that feel like a bigger priority to you right now than adding to the edge, and trying to get Micah Parsons some help out there?
No, because I have information that nothing's going to happen there. So it's going to be fine. I still have my peeps. I'm just saying. It's not. Now,
do you want us to run the breaking news sounder on that one, or you want us to just kind of move past it as though
Let's
you
keep
didn't
moving.
say yes?
Josh didn't even want me to say that, but when I got connections, I got connections, bro. Sorry. I'm sorry. You'll see.
It does feel like we need
But
the
what
Law
I
and
do
Order
want is a
drop
hand
right
on
now.
the sounder for the Chewy was right. That's all.
You're saying
that's
when-
Moving on.
Okay, now I know why he decided to try to get out in front of that. But as far as Jen, you're asking the question, do you want the Packers to operate like the Rams? I mean, they don't operate. There's only one team that truly does the bleep them picks. But for whatever reason, Goody doesn't get enough credit for operating differently than Ted Thompson did. Because you mentioned Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs. There's a pretty good free agent class that he brought in before that. Yeah, Zadarius Smith didn't work out at the end, but Zadarius Smith was pretty damn good before that. Preston Smith was here a long time. Billy Turner was a hell of an offensive lineman as long as he was here. He's gone out and dipped into free agency when he has. And then again, I mean, Myles Garrett getting traded is unbelievable, but so is Micah Parsons. Right? Going out there, and the two best pass rushers got traded in the last 12 months, and the Packers were involved in one of those deals. So they're not going to go all the way to the Rams, but Goody will be aggressive when he sees the opportunity to be aggressive.
But, Gabe, was he too stubborn with the youngest team in the NFL?
Yeah, and it seems like he's pivoting off that, right?
Yeah, but it took it too long. I think that's one knock on GMs. They hold on to guys too long that they drafted, and they're not willing to pivot. And now I think he's
Goody's
pivoted.
pivoting.
Isn't he real?
So I think
he pivoted. He's pivoting now. Yeah.
I do think, Chewy, what you're talking about is two different types of philosophies. One is, like you said, the Super Bowl or bust that Les Snead and the Rams do, and the other is consistently top-tier performances. Right? Your point is that the Green Bay Packers want to figure out a way to year in and year out be a playoff team.
Yeah.
The challenge that I think Packers fans have right now, and I'm not saying anybody's allegiance is waning, but is they need to take that next step. And I think when people look at the landscape of the NFL and they see the Rams making moves like this, they wonder if that next step is the Packers making another move like this. I think there are Packers fans out there who say it can't just be the one. It can't just be the one this year, the one next year, the one that year. They want it if this is your window, if this is when you expect Jordan Love to be at his best or keep ascending, then you need to make sure you have the pieces around him on both sides of the ball to complement his performances. And I think that's where Packers fans look at it and go, why are you seeing so much smoke around Josh Sweat? Because people are like, you got to keep up with the Joneses. And in this case, it's not the Joneses, it's the Sneads.
You look at your team differently, though, because look at Seattle. Seattle was what? With the odds 20th to win the Super Bowl last year? Mm-hmm. And they won it in pretty easy fashion.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was
so
easy.
Goody might be looking at this team totally different than the fans are, because there is probably a little bit of panic of Myles Garrett.
I do think, though, go ahead.
You just don't know how this stuff plays out.
I do think,
if you were to tell me, Jen,
tricky. Go ahead, Shu. I'm sorry.
If you were to tell me in the beginning of 1995, hey, you guys going to be in the NFC Championship game? I would have probably went, maybe. I don't know. Didn't feel it. Didn't feel it until we beat San Francisco. So you just don't know, GMs look at teams differently than fans do. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, because a lot of them, let's just speak about Goody. We always talk about how Goody is not just building for this season, he's building for the future as well, right? It's like a 3-year window that he is essentially trying to make sure that he is stockpiled for. I do think it is dangerous to chase. I do think that when a team like the Rams, who you know you're going to face in the playoffs, make a move like this, the tendency or the gut reaction is, oh, what are we going to do in response? And I think that if you believe in your structure and you believe in the way that you have put your roster together, I don't think, Gabe, that you should chase. I think you should stick to the plan.
Yeah, and look, I mean, there's been if we're talking about Josh Sweat, like that's not that it could be painted as reactionary, but it's not. Like there's been a lot of smoke to the Josh Sweat thing.
Saying prior to the Myles
this,
Garrett trade,
right? Like Myles Garrett came out of nowhere yesterday. I didn't. As far as I know, the Browns have been kind of holding steady that he was going to be a Brown for life. And all of a sudden, on a day where we're expecting, which did eventually happen, the A.J. Brown leaving the Eagles, getting traded to the Patriots.
Oh, did that happen yesterday?
That happens. Well, because everybody knew it was, we were just waiting for June 1.
I heard it was going to happen.
And so then that goes ahead, but nobody saw this one coming. Like, did you see any whispers? I didn't see any whispers of, Myles Garrett, he's going to be, until yesterday, I did not see anything about Myles Garrett to the Rams.
I saw our sister station at ESPN Cleveland float this out a couple times, which I would imagine they heard some buzz. And there were some people online, which is always a sketchy thing. There's been smoke around this, especially after he did his whole, but apparently this started around the draft, which I didn't realize. And, I mean, it makes sense for them to do it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing to me is, like, I was very critical of the Packers and not being aggressive enough in the Aaron Rodgers era, especially at the end. I can't say that about them anymore. I can't say that about Brian Gutekunst. Like, he's not doing what the Rams are doing, but nobody else is doing what the Rams are doing. There's one team that is willing to forego their future for the immediate, like the Rams. The rest of the teams around the league are trying to sort of half-ass it. You do it down the middle. You work for now, but also in the future. I can't be like. I mean, is Josh Sweat going to change the Packers team the way Myles Garrett would? No, but they just did it. They just did it with Micah Parsons. Like, you can't keep adding and adding and adding.
A player of that magnitude,
right?
That just doesn't exist.
I don't like. How much marginally better does Josh Sweat make the Packers? I don't know.
Wait, time out. Does he make them better though?
Yes.
I think the answer is yes.
I think you can make an argument that it's like such a not big upgrade that it doesn't really make much of a difference. Like, he's not going to be an extra win.
Yeah,
he's not. I don't think he's that good.
But if you're
he had
Cleveland,
a good year
you understand.
last year.
He did, and the year prior to that, he had like 7.5 sacks, a Rashawn Gary type season.
Do you think that the Rams can operate from
which is
this
more than what Lucas Van Ness has
position?
ever had?
Yeah. Do you think that they operate from this position though, guys, because they have that Super Bowl under their belt, recent Super Bowl under their belt? You know, it's kind of like we always talk about. Like, when you get one, I feel like then maybe you feel like you can be a little bit more aggressive because you've satiated that fan base.
Yeah, but no, I mean, they were aggressive to get their Super Bowl. This is the philosophy that got them theirs, right? Like, this was, and they're just continuously repeating it. Like, they've had 3 first-round picks in the last decade. One they used on Jared Goff, one they used on Jared Verse, who they just traded, and the other was this year when they drafted Ty Simpson. Those are the 3 first-round picks they've actually made in the NFL draft. So, I mean, this is something that they've been doing because they had 2 first-round picks this year. They traded 1 for a corner.
So interesting, though, because when Brian Gutekunst threw those first-round picks in to get Micah Parsons, there was a portion of the fan base that was like, don't we need those first-round picks? Don't we need to? And you have always said, Gabe, like, nobody you got in the first round was going to be better than Micah Parsons. So you were fine sending him off to get what you got.
It's the old Family Guy meme.
But what?
Those first-round picks could be anything. They could even be Micah Parsons. Or I just have Micah Parsons.
Peter Griffin.
Yeah. Nice. Just have Micah.
But I do remember when we were, in the draft, in the weeks leading up to the draft, there was some hand-wringing from portions of the fan base that were wishing, oh, man, what could we have done with a first-round pick? And again, you kept being like, stop that.
Just watch Micah chase down quarterbacks. It makes you feel better.
800-990-3776. Do you wish Goody and the Packers operated more like the Rams? The Rams go out yesterday and get Myles Garrett, obviously in a win-now mindset, in a Super Bowl or bust mindset. Do you want Brian Gutekunst to operate that way? And would you make the case that he has, in some ways, operated that way? been more aggressive in free agency, looked at the deficiencies on the team, addressed the deficiencies on the team, not content to go into the season when he knows that he has subpar talent at various positions. Let us know, 800-990-3776. We've got Jason Wilde. He's coming up next. We'll continue talking about the Packers. We got a big Brewers win yesterday to get into as well. And will they announce National League Pitcher of the Month already? I believe they were tabulating votes yesterday. Going to be incredibly close. Gabe?
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. At the Wisconsin Country Club, you get a championship-level golf experience, which is my favorite part about the club, right here in Milwaukee with nearly a century of tradition behind it. But what really kind of separates us, and again, I love our golf course. I think it's one of the best in the area. But we've got a lot of great other things as well. Pool days, tennis, pickleball, fitness, great dining, and programs this summer your kids are actually going to look forward to. It's not a pieced-together lifestyle. It's all in one place. So do what I did. Join the Wisconsin Country Club, a better way to experience the game and everything around it. So schedule that private tour today. Mention Good Karma for some exclusive promotions.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound on 894 coming out of the Hale interchange. We do have delays all the way up towards Oklahoma Avenue. We do have the right shoulder blocked to the broken down vehicle, and that seems to be where the delays let up. So there's that. Eastbound 894, we've got backups from 84th Street all the way to Loomis. Westbound 94 delayed from about 30th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound heavy from Highway F past Brookfield Road, then back on the brakes from just east of 70th Street all the way through to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 78 inland. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
In healthcare, change is constant. Fifth Third Bank helps organizations navigate that change with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From capital structure optimization to revenue cycle support and commercial payment tools, Fifth Third empowers sustainable growth. For nearly 20 years, the Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trusted, long-term relationships. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association, member FDIC.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Hauser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Waukesha showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Your next great round begins at Sweetgrass and Sage Run at the Island Resort and Casino. Book early in the week for best availability. Beginning in July, Stay and Play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the Island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Ready, down, push!
matters all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
Time to get the perspective from Green Bay and our friend and teammate Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
Hello, friends.
Hello, sir. Little Jim Nance there for us. It wasn't that long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that we saw this list from NBC Sports ranking the general managers in the NFL, and Howie Roseman was atop the list. Your friend John Schneider. Well, I don't know if you guys are friends, but certainly acquaintances. Okay, I didn't know. The last thing I wanted to do is
not as big of friends as me and Gabe, especially when we're talking about Jaden Reed. But yeah, for sure. That's all right.
Sean McVay, Les Snead, number 3 on the list. Eric DeCosta with the Ravens, number 4. Andy Reid, Brett Veach, number 5. And then our guy, Brian Gutekunst, number 6. I pushed this through that prism because obviously the Rams yesterday make a blockbuster trade to get Myles Garrett. And the question becomes, do you wish that Brian Gutekunst sort of operated more aggressively like that camp? What should Packers fans...
Traded for Micah Parsons.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I totally get it, right? I mean, that is a bold strategy, Cotton, and we'll see how it plays out for them. I get it. I 100% get it. But so are we in like an arms race now, and now he's got to go out and get Josh Sweats and... I think I figured out a way for us to get both Griffey and Bonds, and we wouldn't even have to give up all that much. Like, I totally understand, but like, and first of all, I think we have to be careful about grading general managers based on how bold they are about making big moves, right? Like,
fair point.
I use this as an example. So like, the Packers in 2018 were pursuing Khalil Mack, and everybody forgets this, but the Raiders wanted 2 first-round picks for him. The Packers had 2 first-round picks in 2019. Now you could argue that maybe they would have been better spent than they were on Darnell Savage and Rashawn Gary. But Goody said, no, we're not doing that. We'll give you a first, and then we'll give you other picks, but we're not giving you both of our first-round picks. And the Bears, on the other hand, did. And so the Bears got him. I know they made the playoffs a couple of times after they made the Khalil Mack trade, but certainly didn't push them to an NFC Championship game berth or a Super Bowl berth. So was that bold stroke? That certainly made them better. Was it worthwhile given what they gave up? I don't know. We can let Waddle and Sylvie and Carmen and Yurko debate that. My point is that, look, there was obviously a surge of energy created by the trade that brought Micah Parsons to Green Bay. And by the way, he was damn good until he got hurt. And I expect him to be damn good this year because, breaking news, he's a damn good football player. Whether or not it gets them to a Super Bowl, is that ultimately how we grade it? And then does that lower him on the whole if they don't get to a Super Bowl and, 3-4 years they're still mired in this, we're good, we're just not Super Bowl good, and we're, 10-7, 11-6, and not making NFC Championship games? This is a huge, huge move by the Rams. I would say, though, that, and I don't want to compare this to Giannis, but, like, I kind of like what the Browns got back for him, right? I mean, Jared Verse is a really good football player. And then they got a first-rounder I do like how the Rams spread out the cost of first rounder next year, second rounder the following year, third rounder the year after that. But I don't think the Packers suddenly have to say, okay, what are we going to do? Now that I could go to practice today, and while we're standing on the sidelines, they acquired, Jonathan Taylor from the Colts. But I don't necessarily agree that now the Packers need to do something to match it.
Jason, did you see the tweet from Aaron Donald?
I did not. I didn't know you were such a Twitter guy.
Huge Twitter guy.
I think I got it from Gabe. Looks like he's good. There's a possibility he may be coming back. You don't think that would force the move?
So who can we get out of retirement then to match that move?
No, but you don't think they'd make a move for Sweat
I think it's pretty easy just to get a video of Chewy working out and go, oh, look at this guy. Get the right song, just like he did. Get the right song in the video that we post on social, and everybody can start talking about a Chewy comeback.
Gabe, there's one job I could do on the field right now. One. That's it. And that would be hold.
What is that?
Hold for the field goal kicker, Jason.
And holding penalties, I think is what he's talking about.
I don't love where they're at tight end, so I'm not going to be quite as dismissive of your comeback at, age 54?
Yeah, I think they're good there. 54,
okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I just want to spread the love because the girls told me the other day that they were with a couple of their friends or whatever, and the girls were very surprised. Their friends were very surprised that I'm as old as I am. So that was like the nicest thing I've heard in months. So I felt really good about that, and I want to pass it along.
You wanted to share love?
To be fair, as a child, I had no concept of age either. Right? I think most kids, every time
how is that helpful? You got to rain on my parade?
No,
What
I'm
is
just
that?
That's
saying,
exactly what she's doing.
Again, if you were worried about your daughter's intellect level as far as not knowing, their friends, the age of adults, I think that's one of those things that sort of escapes children, is just how old their parents are or their grandparents are. They don't understand how time works.
Well, now I spend most of my time justifying that 57 isn't old, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Jen, I love you dearly, but I just don't think that was necessary.
All right, Jason, another
I feel
question.
pretty
I'm
good
sorry,
about
because
myself.
that one was so bad.
Yeah, please, let's
With
move
$9
forward.
million, with $9 million freed up yesterday, is there an extension, you think, around the corner with some of these players?
I think the Packers would love to sign extensions for multiple players, but they would love to do them at their price tag, right? And I think that's the question here. Let's not forget, I know everybody's excited about Zaire Franklin and the stuff he's saying on podcasts. I'm really hoping that today or tomorrow, since we have locker room the next 2 days, we get to talk to him and Javon Hargrave and Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden and Jordan Morgan. There's a lot of guys on my to-do list the next 2 days. But let's not forget, Goody was trying to sign Quay Walker to an extension. I mean, he had an offer on the table late September, early October, and he didn't sign it because he thought he could do better on the open market, and I don't think he really wanted to stay here. And he did better on the open market, and he clearly didn't want to stay here. I don't think that's the case with Tucker Kraft. I think Tucker Kraft wants to be here. I don't think that's the case with Christian Watson. I think he wants to be here. They got the deal done with Reed at, a bargain price, I would personally argue. And if they can get more, I don't want to call them hometown discounts, but certainly early signing discounts, yeah, I'm sure they would like to use that money for that exact purpose. The question I would have, and I'm not an agent, so I would defer to Chewy, who's been through the extension process. I don't know, would your old guy John settle for less on if he was repping Tucker Kraft like he repped you?
No.
I don't know. I think Tucker Kraft can command some big time dollars.
Mm-hmm. I tell him to hold out.
So
I
do think that's, I did not broach that while Tucker and I were standing on the sideline together last week, but I think that's a really legit question to ask is, would he hold himself out of practice? Because, look, he's talking about how he can't wait to get back to practice. Mm-hmm. And, again, that's an admirable quality, and I want my players, if I'm a Packers fan, to feel that way. I, of course, always am on the other side of that equation of, okay, well, make sure you're taking care of yourself because there's way too many stories throughout history of guys that didn't hold out and didn't get what they deserved. And then there's some stories like Devontae Adams where they don't hold out and they don't end up staying in Green Bay, but they certainly got themselves paid handsomely.
Jason Woolley joining us on the Yingling guest hotline on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, 94.5 ESPN. Jason, what would the timeline be on that? Because it doesn't seem like those deals, I know Reed got his done earlier this offseason, but it seems like when the Packers are locking up players, that seems to happen either early in camp or right before camp opens when we get to late July, early August.
Yeah, I think, Gabe, you're right on point there. I mean, I think that's probably the timeline. When Andrew Brandt was negotiating contracts, he always loved the phrase deadline spur action. And he wasn't wrong. I think that's true, right? And to Chewy's point, the deadline of the start of camp would be a deadline because that would be around the time where you might want to withhold your services in a hold-in, right? Because, again, in galactically stupid fashion, the Players Association somehow signed a CBA that basically made it a lot harder for teams to forgive fines or for you to actually hold out and not show up because that was your one piece of bargaining power when you wanted a new contract. So, the other guy that we're not talking about, and I know we've talked about him before, and he does seem to be quite the polarizing figure among Packers fans, but I still find myself wondering if Keyshawn Nixon is going to do anything at all, or if he's just going to play out a deal where whether you think he should be the number one corner or not is irrelevant. He is their number one corner at a position that they're not super deep, and he's making $4 million this year. And that's just that's so far below market value for a number one corner, whether you feel that way about him or not. I just, like I said, I was very curious if he was going to show for the offseason program, and he's got, I think, a $200,000 workout bonus, so he's been here for everything. So that's another name that I think is at least worth watching, but maybe that's a nothing burger.
Jason, before we let you go, what is the schedule like today? When can fans, hear from some of the key players today?
Yeah, I was going to say, when can fans see practice, which they used to be able to do during OTAs, which are such nothing. I'm going to use nothing burger twice in about 45 seconds. Such nothing burger practices. I still, I can't. I would think you could make some pretty good money at 1919 Kitchen and Tap in the Pro Shop if you open these practices up and allow people to watch. They certainly aren't giving away any secrets to the Bears, but they don't have OTA practices open anymore. That's probably been 7-8 years now since they used to do that. But LaFleur talks at 11:05 outside of practice again, so that's fun. I look forward to the cars going by in the background. And then practice is at 11:20, 11:25, and then after practice we'll have locker room. So somewhere around 1 o'clock-ish, people who tweet out clips of interviews in the locker room will start tweeting those out. I don't do that. And then tomorrow at 11:45 we've got locker room again to kind of make up for what we missed out on last week with the Josh Jacobs situation.
All right. Will be good to hear from some of the guys. Jason, we appreciate you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.
Age ain't nothing but a number. And children can't judge age worth a damn. All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
I don't know that to be true. I think it's just more of a Jen hypothesis, Convenienttheoriesforme.com.
Wait, so you decided to float that theory to take out Jason and his kid in one fell swoop?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, it wasn't a conscious decision. It was more of just like when I was a child,
I don't think
had
that makes it better.
Concept of age. I feel like it's likely that his children's friends had no concept of adult age.
I think it's worse that you subconsciously took out Jason and his kid.
Yeah, but it is par for the course. I mean, what are we trying to do here?
I got a question here as it relates to age. We had some people going around asking our birth years. And when I told mine to the team here and it was recorded for video, there was 2 audible gasps in the room. Should I take that as a compliment because I don't seem as old as I am? Or should I take it as an insult like, oh, my God, you're halfway to the grave?
What year is it?
In 1988.
I was a freshman or sophomore at Boston College. Now, that does not make me feel young.
I mean, I think a little bit of both there, Josh.
Yeah.
Because obviously they didn't think you were that old. But yes, the gasp also tells you that, yeah, you might as well just,
pack it in. This is it. Get my ARP card ready and just go on.
I actually thought you were younger, Josh.
See? That's the compliment everybody gives Joshy. They think he's younger.
But then I don't know, is that saying I'm immature? Now we're getting into
half a cup. Half a cup.
Did I ever tell you guys a story about how Reese Davis criticizes my airplane attire every time I see him? I mean, not every time, but many times. He'll be like, dress like a grown-up, Jen. And I'm like, well, sure, but I'm not a grown-up. Like, have we met? Also, he's one of those people who dresses, with jeans and a zip up, and he's always very.
Oh, he's not wearing. He doesn't go full suit.
No,
he's not going like
suit.
60s, 70s. You got to fly in a suit. He's not that
You're
guy.
big on
the
hats.
sidelines.
Out of all the women I know in this world, you wear hats more than any of them.
Well, again, it doesn't matter
20.
in here, but I wear it to keep the sun off my face.
Oh, I thought you just don't like doing your hair.
No, I'm in television. Like, the more I can keep this moneymaker young, the better off we're going to be, all right?
Okay.
Again, it doesn't matter in studio, but I just put one on every morning when I wake up, and so I go about my day, and I keep the sun off my face as much as I can.
Oh, okay.
I
get it now.
I love that there are people in the talk and text chain that think I do it to be one of the guys. Like, she tries too hard to be one of the guys.
It's never. I mean, not that again, I had 100%. You have worn a hat since every day. I mean, what, 90% of the days I think I've ever been around you?
Or if I'm like, I forgot a hat, Gabe goes to his locker and gets me
I got a couple extra hats just in case. You never know.
I don't know how we got here. Got to take a break on Jen Gabe and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to this morning. We're going to talk about Josh Sweat. We're going to talk about your Milwaukee Brewers. We're going to talk about eating ladybugs. It's all ahead.
Let's get into something that's near and dear to my heart. You know I'm talking about beer, specifically great beer. If you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. I feel like I've been trying to introduce this to a lot of my friends, whether I've been on the golf course, whether they come over to the house. Hey, do you know Yuengling's in Wisconsin? Oh, you didn't? Oh, here's one. You can try this because Yuengling, it's the oldest brewery in America. It's a real American beer. Smooth, rich, finally here in Wisconsin. Grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Tailgates, backyard barbecues, fishing trips, ball games. This summer, Yuengling Lager belongs wherever Americans come together, and it's been brewed with pride since 1829. Yuengling, it's the oldest brewery in America. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94, seeing backups from 164 all the way past Brookfield Road, back on the brakes from 70th Street to 35th. Westbound, you've got backups from just west of 27th Street to Hawley Road. Southbound on 43, we got some backups just south of Capitol Drive to Locust, and 41 southbound also seeing backups from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 78 inland. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Okay, team, huddle up.
Why are you dressed like a hockey player?
Because America's energy security is on thin ice. We're facing an overburdened electric grid, rising fuel costs, and severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
Bundling your home and auto with Progressive could help you save without sacrificing quality. It's the smart thing to do. And as a hockey fan, you always know the smart thing to do.
Shoot the puck!
And you let the players know it.
Shoot the puck!
All game.
Shoot it! Come on, shoot!
And sometimes even after.
Man, rough game, huh?
Yeah,
they should have shot the puck.
So bundle your home and auto with Progressive. It's the smart thing to do. But you already knew that. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Hey, it's Wendy here. Are you looking to rebound from your high-interest credit card debt? A SoFi personal loan could help. Consolidate your debt with a SoFi personal loan into one low monthly payment, and you could save money on interest over time. And with as soon as the same day funding, you could hit the ground running ASAP. Apply today with no fees required at SoFi.com/debt rebound. Loans originated by SoFi Bank. NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt rebound.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Unbelievable that they ran all over this vaunted defense, this elite defense.
What Kool-Aid?
Why? It was poop Kool-Aid, and we gobbled it down.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Very excited to have our friends from Professional Construction, Inc. out at our house today and tomorrow to help us convert an old door to a window in my daughter's bathroom. It has been dark in there since we boarded up the door because, you can't have a door in your 8-year-old and your 6-year-old's bathroom. Temptation too strong for them to start sneaking out. We are thrilled to have partnered with Professional Construction, Inc. because they always do top-tier work on our home additions, our remodeling projects, and they will do the same for you. PCI's team is also growing, guys. They're looking for skilled carpenters who care about their craft and want to be a part of a team. So if you or someone you know works hard and takes pride in what they build, have them apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com, professionalconstructioninc.com. Click on the careers tab to apply. So we talked a little bit earlier this morning about how reactionary teams should be to a move like the Myles Garrett move yesterday in the NFL. Do you want your team to all of a sudden start scrambling, start having Zoom calls, conversations? What do we need to do to keep up with the Rams? Make sure that we are one of the teams standing at the end in the NFL. But a conversation that a lot of people have been having is Josh Sweat to the Green Bay Packers. I think you were saying that Easton Butler is a young man who has sort of been on this. Yesterday was saying that he's hearing rumblings that the Packers are going to make that move, or at least in talks. Although Matt Schneidman from The Athletic did respond saying that he had been told that Goody did not have any conversations. So that is the information that is out there currently. Gabe, I'll start with you on this one. Does Josh Sweat move the needle for you?
Yeah, he does. I mean, a guy who had double-digit sacks last year, putting that next to Micah Parsons, I think is more attractive than anything else they have. Or even, I mean, I guess it depends upon what the compensation would be. I think he helps ease the burden of having somebody more established for how many ever games Micah's going to be out at the beginning of the season. And I do think there's interest here. I feel like Goody was also denying Micah Parsons' interest until that happened, right? So that's just that's Goody's MO. That's any general manager's MO. They're going to deny until something's actually final. There's just been too much smoke for Josh Sweat. And I'm not saying he's going to be a Packer, but there's just been too much smoke to not think that there's at least been conversations between somebody at this point that the Packers would have some sort of interest in Sweat since he wants out of Arizona.
I think the only way he would do it is if Goody looks at those first 4 games that we anticipate Parsons being out as a big problem, because we don't know who's going to be playing defensive end opposite Lucas Van Ness. So he may feel that, okay, because of that, I can't go 1-3 to start off the season, which I don't think they would, but
we did talk about how we think, and again, everybody reminds us of last year, the teams that we thought the Packers would beat up on handily. They ended up losing some of those games. We did think that the start of the season was pretty favorable for the Green Bay Packers, right? If that stretch is when they are without Micah Parsons, we felt pretty good about the teams they have to play if they have to go without him.
But also, if you get off to a fast start, without Micah, then you feel good. But, again, I just think Josh Sweat makes you better. Like, you figure it out from there. Like, you're in the business of acquiring good players. Who knows? I mean, again, if the draft pick compensation's too high, Goody's going to say no. If it's a middle to mid-late round pick, I'm guessing he would do it because they're going to have a surplus of those types of picks next year when you start factoring in the compensatory picks that they're eventually going to get as well. And we know they've got the extra 4th rounder because they made the trade. So they've got some picks next year to play with. And I don't think this is reactionary. I think this is something that may have been going on even before yesterday happened for Myles Garrett.
But didn't you look at yesterday as like, okay, one good team got better and one good team got worse?
With the Eagles?
Being the Philadelphia Eagles. Because A.J. Brown, even though he was a little bit of a problem there, he's still a stud.
Yeah.
In Philly, who's been a thorn in the Packers' side, they're not quite as good offensively.
I got to be honest with you with the A.J. Brown thing, and read into this however you want to, guys. I think that's more of an addition by subtraction thing for the Eagles.
Or at least that's what they're hoping. That's what they're hoping.
I'm just saying that that's what I think as well.
Yeah,
I think that they were willing to part ways with him because even though he is an elite talent, there were challenges that him being around presented.
Yeah. I mean, you're trading away somebody like that, and you're just going to – they're taking the shotgun approach. They're just trying to throw everything against the wall, whether it's drafting Mekhi Lemon, trading for Dontavian Wicks, picking up Hollywood Brown in free agency. They're hoping something sticks, but none of that's going to be a one-on-one, one-for-one replacement of A.J. Brown.
Mm-mm.
So – but I guess, that's been – whether he was going to the Patriots or not, he was not going to be on the team next year, right? So I guess I looked at that move yesterday, Chew, as I had already counted A.J. Brown as off the Philadelphia Eagles.
Did I see Samori Toure signed with the Eagles as well?
He did.
Ever since Dontavian Wicks didn't show up to any OTA stuff, got to add some
Why
more
is that?
weapons.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Pouting?
I mean, I don't know what he would have to pout about. He got a nice new contract.
That kid. Yeah, but they drafted that kid in the first round out of USC. I mean, why else wouldn't he show up?
Nobody's talked to him, so hard to know.
What did the line do? The Vegas line do with the Rams getting Garrett? Are they a clear cut one and then a gap?
I mean, there's usually never a huge that big of a gap. They're probably the favorites, but
well, they were the favorite, or was Seattle the favorite?
No,
I think
the
they're
Rams
better
were
than
the
Seattle.
favorite. Were the favorite.
Yeah.
The only thing I know is what I saw at Potawatomi last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was Myles Garrett, favorite for Defensive Player of the Year, followed by Micah Parsons. I can't imagine that changes over at Potawatomi, even with his change in location. Chewy, would you go out and get Josh Sweat? 12 sacks last year, am I reading that correct? 12 and a half?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for a 5th-round pick, I'd do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take. I mean, maybe it takes a 4th-round pick, but I don't think it's going to take that much. We're not talking about a 1st, a 2nd, or a 3rd. And if that's the asking price, Goody's not going to do it.
Would you trade one of the youngsters straight up?
No.
Sorrell or the doctor?
No.
The dentist?
No.
Sweat's 29, entering his 9th year in the NFL.
But I have seen the packages of LVN and a draft pick. Would you do that?
No, I'm doing a draft pick.
Would you swap him for LVN?
No. Draft pick. Because, again, part of going out and getting Josh Sweat is helping bridge the gap for whenever Mike is out. And then, again, if you have somebody like that with LVN on the other side, you don't have to go. Mike doesn't have to feel the pressure of, oh, boy, I got to get back. I got to get back. No, okay, we've got it covered, Micah. When you're feeling 100%, that's when we want you on the field. And there won't be that, that possibility that exists. I'm doing it for a draft pick, and that's it.
And there will be a ramp up. He's not going to come back game 5 and play the entire game.
Well, especially because
like last year,
especially
where they got to slow play him back.
Yeah, he's a guy who plays 90% of the snaps.
Yeah,
he's a guy who wants to be out there and does play as many snaps as humanly possible. Yeah, he's not playing 90% of the snaps his first game back.
Impossible to ignore what we have talked about in the past, which is new defensive coordinator with a history with this player. Maybe the new defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, went to Goody and company, went to Matt LaFleur and company, said, go get me Josh Sweat. If you can get me Josh Sweat, make it happen. And I always think that plays a role in when you see these types of rumors crop up. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Not saying it's going to happen because, as we know, things can fall through. But I'm inclined. I know that there are two sort of sides to the story that are out there now. One, that they are interested, that they are in talks. According to Schneidman, they are not in talks. Goody hasn't done that yet. I'm inclined to believe that there are some talks going on between the Packers and the Cardinals for Josh Sweat. Whether they end up pulling the trigger on it remains to be seen. Got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to. We'll put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll. We want to know if you want them to go out and get Josh. It doesn't even have to be in reaction to the Myles Garrett trade. Just do you want the Packers to pursue or go out and get Josh Sweat from the Cardinals? The Infinity Exteriors team brings us our Twitter poll. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by a lifetime workmanship warranty. InfinityExteriors.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Shop the Pig! Homer here, and I'm broadcasting live at the brand new Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue this Friday. The Pig has a total new look with wider aisles, fresh produce, premium meats, bakery smells that should probably be illegal, and grab-and-go options to have you covered. Then on Saturday, enjoy live music, food samples, mascots, kids fun, and Marquette basketball players Nigel James and Adrian Stevens from 1 to 2. Make plans to stop by the Bayview Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue. I'll be there Friday, starting at 5. Piggly Wiggly, shop the Pig!
Some nights, you don't want a 4-course meal, you want a martini and maybe some fries. Girl Dinner at the Bar at St. Kate the Arts Hotel gets it. Every day from 4 until close, pull up a stool and enjoy a crisp Caesar salad, golden French fries with garlic aioli and ketchup, and one of St. Kate's signature martinis. Your call. No reservations required. You can learn more at stkatearts.com, stkatearts.com.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems, being local, I get to meet the people, see the people. They come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
that's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs. And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm going to go with the corn dog, the old corn dog. The corn dog for the
pierogies
birthday.
and borscht all day long.
That's just crazy. Nobody likes borscht, let alone on their
it's
birthday.
so good. It's the only thing that makes my mouth water, other than my wife.
On 94.5 ESPN.
For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Do not let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. They've got brands like CHI and LiftMaster, all familiar to everybody, and doors for every budget. They'll even build you a custom design that meets your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEISdoors.com. GEISdoors.com. Don't think twice. Call Geist. Superstitions are a wild thing in sports. The things that people do, especially when they think they have proof of concept. This is one of the weirder ones that I have seen recently. Texas softball player Hannah Wells eats ladybugs for good luck whenever she sees them. Joshy, did you have the sound of this from Holly Rowe's report?
I have some sources in the Texas dugout who have given me an incredible story on Hannah Wells. She has a superstition dating back to childhood that if she sees a ladybug, she eats it for good luck, swallows it whole. What? And so I was told that at the SEC tournament in Kentucky, she had a nice home run and she had ingested a ladybug before that. So this is a superstition. I have this on 2 different sources in that Texas dugout.
Chewy, your reaction? This feels like it might be right up your alley.
Crickets? Didn't we eat crickets?
We did.
Some of you did.
You didn't eat any?
No.
That was a while ago.
They were also cooked, right?
I ate grasshoppers at the Seattle Mariners game.
Chocolate?
Just crunchy. No, they were just like sprinkled with like seasoning salt. Do you think it's no different?
It's pure protein.
100% is pure protein. Why do I feel like Timon and Pumbaa all of a sudden from The Lion King?
What do you mean 100% pure protein?
It is pure it's protein.
A ladybug is pure protein?
It's not a lot of protein. I don't think that you could like survive on
I don't know if
ladybug
it's
protein.
pure protein either.
Yeah, I didn't know we had such ladybug experts here on our hands.
Well, I can tell you what.
I think we're quoting The Lion King and taking it as gospel.
Do we think
Hakuna Matata, Gabe?
I think that's what's going on right now.
Do we think this young lady has a 100% hit rate on not eating the Japanese beetles that look a lot like ladybugs?
No, she's definitely, some had to, especially if it goes back to childhood, Joshy.
Yeah.
Some had to have slipped in.
Right, because those almost have like a stinging nature to them.
They bite. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them bite.
Yeah.
Because I get them at the house every fall, and they're everywhere. They're but they bite. Yeah, they're cute.
If your child starts eating bugs, you got to put a kibosh to that. You just have to.
Oh, so you think this is bad parenting? This is reflecting poorly on the parents
or friends. Somebody's got to say, can't be the bug eater.
Somebody at some point's got to step up. You can't let this thing persist into adulthood. Look,
I mean, there's grosser bugs to eat.
That's
than
100% true. Also,
it goes back to the old Bull Durham saying: when you're on a hot streak, whatever you think is causing that hot streak, it is causing the hot streak.
I just want to pause for a second. Because we view ladybugs as cuter, they're better to eat than, say...
No, it's not about them being cuter. It's about them being tiny. Okay? I'd rather eat a ladybug than a beetle.
What about an ant?
I could eat an ant. If I thought it was the reason I hit that dinger in the third inning...
Heck yeah.
Bring it on.
We can ask Jeff Levering next if any players are eating bugs.
All right. Take a break. Jeff Levering at the top of the show.
Got some kind of heavy backups on westbound 94 through the stadium interchange from 27th Street to about Hawley Road. More backups from the Zoo interchange crossing over the county line past Calhoun. Eastbound delays starting before Highway 16, and those stretch all the way past Brookfield Road. And then again, heavy backups from about 76th Street to 35th. Northbound 4394 backups out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. You are back on the brakes heading up onto the high-rise bridge, and then from Kilbourne up to about Locust. Southbound, backing up right past Good Hope Road, and then just south of Silver Spring down to Locust. Traffic is brought to you by the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox. Live music starts at 7 this Wednesday with Cheap Shots playing at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 78 inland. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 53. Weather is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts from single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The cooler's packed. The sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle. Just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless. Find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time to hear from the voice of the Brewers.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone! Another Mother's Day miracle for the Brewers.
Jeff Levering is brought to you by Carbless Premium Ready-to-Drink Cocktails. Carbless, less is more. Find Carbless at your local grocer today.
Appreciate a little Huey Lewis in the news to bring me in today. Love that. Thank you. And I love Huey Lewis in the news, so I'm all about it.
Jeff Levering on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You know, I knew I liked Jeff Levering when he told us he liked Huey Lewis in the news, to say nothing of his baseball acumen, which, of course, he brings to us every Tuesday here on the show. Good morning, Jeff. How are you doing today? What an unbelievable win for the Milwaukee Brewers last night.
Hakuna Matata, everybody. Welcome. Listen, it's a great day to be a Brewers fan, of course. 16-2, nice win. Go out there and go do it again with Kyle Harrison on the mound tonight.
Jeff, is Miz in the top 10 when it comes to faces of the MLB right now?
I would venture to say he might be in the top 5 with what he's been putting together. I mean, you could You could throw some offensive guys in there. I mean, what he's doing, he's at the top of the map at the moment. And hopefully he wins pitcher of the month. I know Christopher Sanchez didn't give up a run, but when you look at the peripheral numbers for what Mizorowski did last month, he should win pitcher of the month in the National League. Just unbelievable stuff. I still think that the face of Major League Baseball, Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Miz is very, very quickly rising on that list of best pitchers in Major League Baseball. And he's still so young into his career. He's still only made, 22 big league starts in his career. And he's right up there with the best names in Major League Baseball right now.
Yeah, it's not even a year. We're coming up on that date, a year anniversary of his Major League debut, Jeff. But I think of everything that happened in the month of May for him, with all the stats, I think the most impressive thing for me is how unimpressed he is with himself. Like, after the last start, he's talking with the reporters in the clubhouse, and they're like, "Yeah, pretty good month." Yeah, I guess it's all right.
He's like, "It's decent."
Yeah, it's all right. Like,
decent.
And that's what makes me excited, and maybe he'll never have a month of May like that or another month like that ever again, because no one has ever had a month like that in the history of Major League Baseball. But it makes me think that what he's doing is repeatable, and he can keep what he's doing going for the rest of the season.
He's giving himself room to grow, which is great, and he's not being complacent with where he is. So his growth pattern is going to continue going on because of the way that he treats each and every start. He realizes that he can't just go back and go, "All right, yeah, no, I'm pretty good at this thing, and you know what, I'm just fine with where I am." He's not content with that. He had a quote the other day when Stephen Watson was reporting for us down in Houston. He goes, I'm happy with throwing 103, and the question was, when are you going to throw 104? And he goes, 104? I hit 104 against the Cubs. You mean 105? So, I mean, it's things like that where you just go, all right, let's go, Miz. Let's see what you can do. I think it's great. I think his coaches love it. I think his teammates love it. I know opposing hitters don't love it. And you know what? I'm glad he's a Brewer.
What's the fastest pitch in MLB history?
I mean, you could... It's debatable at this point. I think that there's some Nolan Ryan legends out there of 107. I believe Aroldis Chapman is a 105. He hit 105 once.
105.8.
As a Cincinnati Red when he was first coming up. Aroldis Chapman?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's up there. Again, he's hit 103.6 this year, Miz. So round that up to 104.
Which I think puts him.
I think 105's in.
I think it puts him in the top 5 all time. I mean, again, these are unofficial, sort of like, to your point. Are there some tall tales out there? Are there some myths out there? Yes, but I think it puts him in the top 5. That 103.6, Jeff.
Yeah, where's Sid Finch when you need him? Right? I mean, it's just. Let's just create our own legends. They are measuring velocity differently now than they were back in the day, but I don't think anybody's doing what Miz is doing. And again, the best part is he's not just doing it in the first inning. He's hitting 103 in the 7th. In his 100th pitch or his 95th pitch, he's still maintaining that velocity throughout the course of the game, which is just unreal.
Jeff Lovering joining us on the Yuengling Hotline, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Could yesterday have been I hate this word, the S word, slump, but did it feel like a slump buster for some of these guys who have been struggling offensively? You saw Sal Frelick out there. You saw Rengifo out there getting hits. I mean, it was like the Oprah show. You get a hit. And they put up those 16 runs with no home runs. So, typical Brewers baseball, Jeff.
Yeah, and for Bryce Terang to do what he did, a double, a triple, a couple of walks, he was 0 for 21 going into that ball game. I think that have those days where you can get a little aggression out, and I think that was the day yesterday. I mean, Joey Ortiz has a double. Yes, it's against a position player late in the ball game with the bases loaded, but those are big moments, right? Those are hits. Those are, all right, okay, let's go. Let's do this. Christian Yelich had 3 more hits. David Hamilton had 3 more hits last night. Those are big games for your offense, and when you're not, like the Brewers aren't. That we last night. Brewers had 7 runs second inning. Did they have 3 separate innings where they've scored 7 or more runs without hitting a homer? without hitting a homer. So yeah, you can score runs. You don't have to hit home runs. It's fun to hit home runs. You get offense really quickly, but at the same time, scoring runs is scoring runs, and this is one of the best offenses in Major League Baseball.
Jeff, we've seen both sides submit a proposal, MLB and the union. How far apart did you think they were?
It's a great question. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I know that those are the first and second proposals that have been going back and forth, and this is going to be a long negotiation as we inch our way towards December 1st when the collective bargaining agreement is going to expire. Hopefully they can make some headway and get to a middle ground at some point. I don't know enough about the labor negotiations. I just hope that we play a lot of baseball next year. At the end of the day, I don't want there to be a work stoppage. I think they want a work stoppage. I don't think the owners want a work stoppage.
Getting a little digitizing on Jeff
really special.
Phone. Jeff, can you hear us? You got us, man?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, we don't have him.
Yeah, let's just call it. Thank you, Jeff. Sorry. We lost our session
really
there.
wanted to talk to him about Scooble, though. All of these rumors, all of these people who think that the Brewers, Major League Baseball pundits out there on Major League Baseball Network and whatnot saying that they should go get Scooble. I wanted to ask Jeff on that. I guess it will have to wait until next
Talk
time.
to him again.
I guess we will talk to him again.
We'll have plenty of time.
Yeah, all right, fine. Just wondered what he thought, if that would be, the boost that this team needs to get over the hump in October/November. All right, Jeff Levering, glad to have him hanging out with us for as long as he could this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll take a break. A lot of stuff to get to still. Stick around.
Planning a high-level event that can feel a little overwhelming? Guess what? It doesn't have to, because for over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. We've trusted them helping us with some of our big events, whether it's our golf outing, Analysis Live, and some other places have, really trusted them as well. Lee Mechanical 50th anniversary coming up this month. They're helping that out with that. Milwaukee Night Market kicking off in June. They're helping out with that. They've got the Villa Terrace Gala coming up in July. They've helped out with the Buck Soiree. So many great events that they've helped out, and they can help you as well. So whether you're building culture with an appreciation party, hosting a brand activation, planning your next gala, or pulling off a major industry event, Events by Design can help minimize your stress. Start designing your next event today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We have a crash. It is on the Rock Freeway northbound, right about at the ramp from Highway 100. It's off on the right shoulder, and squad's with it, so hopefully it'll be out of there pretty soon. But just keep an eye out for that as you're making your way through there. Other than that, we've got more delays from the Hale interchange all the way past Loomis on eastbound 894. Northbound 4394 backing up out of the Mitchell interchange. We're on the Plainfield curve all the way up to Chase. You're back on the brakes north of Beecher up to the high-rise bridge. Southbound 43's got backups from Good Hope Road all the way to Locust. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 78 inland. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 53. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks? Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
You've always been competitive, at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
and I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous, no small print warranty yourself at Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. This program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Don't miss 3 weekends of live music at Milwaukee Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance, including Post Malone, Alex Warren, Sean Paul, plus Flo Rida, Louis Tomlinson, Audrey Nuna, and more. Get tickets now at summerfest.com.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
363. What's that?
The number of yards they gave up on the ground against the Philadelphia
It's a
Eagles.
Bible verse, John 3:63. Look it up. Tell us what it
I
says.
thought it was Joe 363, and it was "Thou shalt not get past me on the line of scrimmage."
On 94.5 ESPN.
Your favorite TV game show just hit the casino floor, bigger, brighter, and more thrilling than ever. Come take a spin on the new Wheel of Fortune slot machine and feel the rush of the giant wheel right in front of you. Crank up the excitement with bonus features, surprise win moments, and plenty of chances to shout, "Come on, big spin!" Be one of the first to step up, spin the wheel, and cash in on the action. It is only at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
It's Chewy's favorite segment of the week.
Hey, big guy, you catch the game?
It's Power Rankings time on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You catch the game last night? Can I say yes to you?
What will the big guy have in store for us today?
See the game last night?
Which game?
Any of them.
Simple list today. This is my list. Grinded it out.
Oh, you actually
All I
followed
want from
through
you
on
guys-
this? You followed through on this. Attaboy.
Yeah, because I think it's a better list. All I need from you guys are the top 10 most important Packers going into the season, meaning you lose them for an extended amount of time, but for the season, you are in soup.
This is players only, correct?
But hold on, this is
This
what I hate
is
about Power Rankings.
players?
We got to start with 10 and our way back to 1.
Yes.
I wish we
Because
could
you
just...
know most of them. It's just
Well, you
where are
think.
you going to place them? Okay?
But on the, again, this is, sorry, it takes a few minutes to prep. Let me just start at the top and work my way down.
How much time you need?
Well, we don't have enough. That's the point. Trying to figure out who the top, all right. I'll go with,
Okay.
all right. Number 10,
number
Xavier
10.
McKinney.
I'll say Jordan Morgan.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Number 10 is Golden.
Ooh.
Huh.
Okay.
I had him higher on my list.
Got a lot of catches to make up for with the 2 departures. Didn't have the greatest of seasons last year. There were some questions, route running and things like that. So he's got to produce.
Now-
And this is an offensive-driven league.
Now, correct me if
put
I'm
him at
wrong,
10.
Joshy, but when we did this yesterday off of Matt Schneidman's list, Matthew Golden was 9 or 10, and Chewy said that was too low.
Wait, you did this yesterday?
Well, there was
No, it was a
different list. So Matthew,
it was a hot seat list.
Yeah, well,
who's on the
it
hot
was-
seat? Like who
not-
could get
no.
cut?
It was
Wasn't
that's
there.
not what that was.
You guys want to get
Yep.
your stories straight here? Or?
Well, no, there's no getting
Our
stories
stories are
straight.
Somebody made their
You
own
know, it would be
story.
amazing one time. Like, hey, not from Jen, but from the two other. I don't even know what to call them. You know,
You wanted to say bozos.
I'm
Knuckleheads.
an attaboy. All right, number 9. Number 9.
I'm going to take a flyer on Lucas Van Ness here. I think that with Micah Parsons being out for the start of the season, it is incredibly important that he shows up.
I'll say Marshawn Lloyd.
Zach Tom.
I thought he might be higher.
They
That's two
need a
offensive
lineman
players.
that is dominant, a shutdown. There can't be any question that he is not going to be 100%. And with Myles Garrett going to the Rams, who they face in the regular season, very good chance they're going to face in the playoffs, he's got to be dominant. He's got to be back to where he was, how many years ago, Gabe?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 years ago.
Because he was just so beat up last year, yeah.
Yeah, got to stay healthy. 8.
I'm not going to make the mistake of putting a kicker on this list because, well, hashtag Chewy, but I do think Trace Mack deserves some consideration.
He might make Chewy's list, but I can't imagine he's. Yeah, I mean, if you're
It'd
gonna
be down here.
if you're gonna pick a kicker, it has to be now.
All right.
I would agree.
Again, I'm going against every instinct, which is that Chewy doesn't think that kickers are football players. But I will say Trace Mack at number 8 because the kicking has to improve in 2026 in order for them to reach their goals.
I'll say Devontae Wyatt.
Jordan Morgan.
Oh, that you had it.
Jordan
Gabe.
Morgan. My guess is when he goes against Hutchinson and he's going to need help, but he can't. He can't be given help against also Rans. He's got to be solid, and especially if Zach Tom is hurt, not playing at 100%. You can't have 2 tackles that are meh in this league. You can do it against bad teams. You can't do it against good teams. Number 7.
I'm going to go back to a name that I mentioned earlier in Xavier McKinney.
I see. Yeah.
You don't think he's on the list, do you?
I mean, because they have a lot of safeties.
I've got the first 4 nailed, right? I think we all do. As far as so, this is just the window here of 5, 6, and 7, where
Yeah.
it's a little gambly.
I will say. I'm gonna go back to. I mean, we got to start hitting some defensive players here. Yeah, so I will stick with Devontae Wyatt.
7 is Trace Mack.
You son of a biscuit!
There's your kicker. You can't go back to where we were 2 years ago.
No kidding.
Cannot. That was a
Sorry
disaster.
that I said it at 8 instead of 7.
I saw a list that over the last 5 years, the Packers are 31st in the league in missed kicks.
That's awful, and you know that
Yeah,
they
that's
know
not
that
good.
too, right? They know where
So-
they stack up.
Yeah, there's no passes when it comes to kickers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you kind of give Golden a pass. There were flashes. Wasn't the year we thought. We thought he'll be. But with kickers, I mean, you can't do that. They're too valuable, and they don't kick well, and they're not at least in the middle of the ballpark, especially with a good team. That spells trouble. 6.
So the problem is, I do think that it is whoever is the starting cornerback. So I guess I got to go with Keyshawn here. But again,
Devontae Wyatt.
Jen?
Keyshawn Nixon.
Christian Watson is 6.
Okay. Okay.
They don't
I
have the
him
depth
higher
there.
on my list, sir.
They don't have the depth there like they used to have. Okay, and we know over the past couple of years, a lot of the receivers went down with injury. We're not sure Reed can play on the outside yet. Or we know he can play on the outside. We don't know how well he can play on the outside. So if Watson goes down, you're with a young kid and a guy with question marks. So that's why I put Watson there. 5.
Right, these next two have to be defensive players. We have yet to have a defensive player on this list.
Well, but Chewy made the list, so he could have just missed and forgot that there was defensive players outside of Micah Parsons. That's distinctly possible also. You going back to Wyatt? Is this the Wyatt
Devontae Wyatt!
Yeah, I mean, it feels like somebody on the defensive line. I'll go with it as well.
Josh Jacobs is 5.
Oh, for the love of God, I had Josh Jacobs as 4.
The free agent market, there's no one out there worth their salt. We all know about Marshawn Lloyd. They got to get back to being able to rush the ball, which they weren't very good last year. This is an offensive-driven league. So the fall off is tremendous after Josh Jacobs up. He has to get back to where he was 2 years ago.
Okay, so let's just be honest here. Are there really only going to be 1 or 2 defensive players on this list, Stu?
Yeah, I mean, we know who the top 3 are in some order. So it's who's going to be number 4 now.
I mean, do you want to go with Wyatt?
No,
Besides Micah Parsons, who's the most important defensive player on this team?
Chewy always talks about corners.
I said Keyshawn. You think he's here?
I think Keyshawn, I'm going to go Nixon.
Most important? Or whoever CB1 is.
Well, that's Nixon.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
Is there a guess in there
Yeah,
somewhere?
Keyshawn Nixon.
Xavier McKinney is 4. All-Pro. Has got to play like an All-Pro. He is the glue back there. He makes everything work. He's got to go back to where he was 2 years ago with that defense.
I mean,
number
he played,
3.
just because he didn't have the interceptions doesn't mean he didn't play well last year.
The annoyance level right now is a 12 out of 10 for you on this list.
Number 3.
Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft is 3. All-Pro. Number 2.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons, 2. All-Pro. Number 1.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love has to play like an All-Pro.
All right.
There you go.
First of all, very good
Unbelievable
list. Got me really thinking from a most important standpoint. I do appreciate that for you. But how do you justify having 2 defensive players on this list? Shouldn't it have been closer to 5 and 5, 4 and 6?
Gabe, can I drop the Moneyball line? Defense does not matter.
At all.
And the reason I didn't go with
Can I
Keyshawn,
go with the Ron Washington?
Hold on.
It's
The
incredibly
reason
hard.
I didn't go with Keyshawn and Lucas Van Ness, because they're just guys, and the guy behind them isn't that far of a drop-off.
So that's what I'm saying.
think.
Like, couldn't it be the position, though? Like, don't we all agree that in a passing league, whoever is defending each team's number 1 wide receiver is an incredibly important contributor?
Well, I mean, again, we don't know what Brandon Cisse is, but there is a significant drop-off from Keyshawn Nixon to whoever that next guy is, unless Cisse ends up being better than we all think.
I just looked at it from this standpoint, like Josh Jacobs, okay? There's no one on the free agent market close to him, and Lloyd isn't close to him. And then you go to Watson. Well, there's no Romeo Dobbs or what's the last guy that went to Philly?
Dontavian Wicks.
There's no one there. So you go Reed and then Golden and whoever's going to play in the slot. It's just the drop-off between talent is too far. You know? Jordan Morgan, who's their backup left tackle? We don't even know.
I think it's fair. I think that's fair.
Well, their backup left tackle is Darian Kennard.
So from a pass-catching
drop-off.
standpoint, you had Tucker Kraft on the list, you had Christian Watson on the list, and you had Matthew Golden on the list.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs on the list, 2 offensive linemen. I'm a little blown away, man, with 2 defensive players.
So wait.
You
You go with the depth excuse everywhere else, but like the Packers have the most depth at safety than like anybody in the NFL.
Yeah, but he's an all-pro, Gabe. He's got to play like an all-pro. There's not a lot of there's Pro Bowl players. Someone could sneak into the Pro Bowl, but to be an all-pro, man, you got to be legit. And he was 2 years ago. He was. He was
very good last year.
He was in the conversation.
He was second team All-Pro last year.
Yeah.
But he was in the conversation 2 years ago for Defensive Player of the Year for like the first 8 games.
Yeah, because he had
tracking interceptions. Like if the ball doesn't get thrown his way, he can't make interceptions.
Again, I think you also could have made a case for Javon Hargrave to be on this list.
Oh, yeah, any defensive tackle.
I mean, I thought about it.
Hargrave.
Anyone on the defensive
Devontae
line
Wyatt.
would have been valuable.
If we're using we don't know what's behind people, like we don't know what's behind those guys.
Yeah. I mean, I only had 10 spots.
Sure, but again,
you used one on a
first of all,
kicker.
good list. I do think that Trace Mack deserved to be on this list. I had him lower than you did. I still fell into the trap of Chewy doesn't think kickers are real football players, but I'm a little surprised it wasn't more evenly distributed between offensive and defense. That's all. Tiny little bit of feedback.
Fair.
That's all. Jen gave it Chewy rolls
You
on
think
right
he's
after
gonna
this.
take that feedback and
no,
do
of course
anything
not.
with
He's
it?
going to get mad at me. I totally know how this
He's
is
already
gonna
taking his
go.
headset
Yeah,
off.
He's already like, I don't
He's
want to listen
gone.
to them anymore.
Hey, guys, remember the way you felt when you were 25? Your early morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before that first cup of coffee. Now, fast forward to today. Do you feel like you're losing that edge? Might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. That's what it was for me. And that's where my friends at Mentality came in. They start with a comprehensive 100-point blood panel to get to the bottom of what's really going on. Then they build a personalized treatment plan using testosterone replacement therapy and targeted peptide therapy to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. In fact, 94% of men reported renewed energy and focus within 60 days. I'm one of those 94%. And just so you know, this isn't some new, trendy, off-the-shelf solution of the month. Mentality is all about real medicine. And while they can't actually make you 25 again, Mentality can get you back to feeling like the guy you used to be. Schedule your appointment with Mentality today. LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We have a crash. It is on the Rock Freeway northbound, right about at the ramp from Highway 100. It's off on the right shoulder, and squad's with it, so hopefully it'll be out of there pretty soon. But just keep an eye out for that as you're making your way through there. Other than that, we've got more delays from the Hale interchange all the way past Loomis on eastbound 894. Northbound 4394 backing up out of the Mitchell interchange, around the Plainfield curve all the way up to Chase. You're back on the brakes north of Beecher up to the high-rise bridge. Southbound 43's got backups from Good Hope Road all the way to Locust. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, sunny and beautiful, a high of 72 at the lake, 78 inland. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 53. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Jeff Levering on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is presented by Carbless, premium ready-to-drink cocktails in a can. Try their new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack. 4 nostalgic flavors, strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. All packed up and ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. Go to your local retailer or drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to precisionsportsonline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. precisionsportsonline.com. That's precisionsportsonline.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, this world is geared towards women. Like, what do we
I
get?
am stepping away from this. Goodbye.
Like, what do we get? They get a comb that dries your hair. We get a stupid razor.
Hey,
I mean,
I
what's the
mean-
coolest thing we get? They get the hair dryer?
Control.
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you missed any of our conversation with Jeff Levering, you can find it on the ESPN Wisconsin app. We talked to Jeff about the big offensive outburst by the Brewers last night. I mean, when I checked the score, first of all, I went to a movie last night with Chaser. I saw the new movie Obsession. Wildly disturbing, by the way, but very good. But my phone kept buzzing in my pocket. Zzz, 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 zzz. I was like, what the hell is going on over here? Oh, it was the Brewers scoring another run against the Giants last night. 16-2 the final score. And you couldn't help but think that maybe it was inspired by the giant inflatable guest that was sitting in the front row. Chewy, this was another example of me being an old head. I didn't know who Pablo Sanchez was. So I think it was past my time. Like 1997, I think, is the year that I saw that Backyard Baseball premiered. 1997, I was like senior in high school. But this Pablo Sanchez character apparently is wildly popular.
Oh, yeah. Best player in Backyard Baseball. Yeah, that's
you
the one
play
you want.
Backyard Baseball?
I caught just the very tail end. So like 97, 98, I would have still been in middle school. But yeah, I mean, especially the players now. Like I know Yelly was real excited to see Pablo Sanchez. So I think, being 32, 33.
Ball, Gabe? Is that wiffle ball?
No, it's just it's a video game.
Backyard Baseball. Pablo Sanchez might be the greatest video game athlete of all time. Unstoppable force.
He's on the list with like 2002 Michael Vick with.
You can't if you've never played.
You
with
guys have never played Bo Jackson Nintendo.
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, he's on the short list with those guys.
Played both games. They both are all in the running.
How about New York Mets in PlayStation? Couldn't beat them. Unbelievable.
Seems like a personal problem.
Yeah.
The Mets weren't that good
issue.
when PlayStation came out.
I just looked up a list. Who were the most dominant video game players? It's saying Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat 1. Is that fair, unfair? Did anybody play Mortal Kombat?
I mean, I did. I don't know if that was more specific. It's John Dowd when he was Barry Bonds.
Oh, Barry, yes, in MVP 05. Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's Pablo Sanchez, it's Bo Jackson, and then it's Michael Vick. Those are the top runnings.
Oh, yeah, Michael Vick was.
Yeah, you could run backwards, throw the ball across your body on a dime, and it would work.
Yeah.
Or just run backwards, have everyone start chasing, kind of like with Bo in Tecmo Bowl, and then just beat everyone to the corner and you're gone.
Of course, you can find this conversation on Reddit, who is the strongest video game character that actually appears in video games. Then they have a lengthy list of video game characters. That's way out of my depth. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that, Joshy, you wanted to be a Debbie Downer this morning when it came to Pablo sitting in the front row. I'm sure you've seen, loyal listeners, the videos that were out there. It was a giant inflatable mascot. And apparently it got up and walked out, right, at one point. It wasn't it wasn't like somebody walked a giant. It wasn't like when you win at the carnival games and they give you one of those giant stuffed animals. You got to walk around with it. This was actually a mascot. And Joshy, you were not a fan.
I'm a fan of Pablo Sanchez. I think it's a great promotion that they were doing. I just think if I paid for those seats and I was having trouble seeing home plate because a massive 6X sized Pablo Sanchez was there, I wouldn't be the most thrilled, especially if it was in the midst of a 7-run inning. Sorry. I do think I'd be like, hey, I mean, this is great, and I don't want to rain on everyone's parade here, but there's a few people you can see, like that double by Jackson Chourio, the woman next to Pablo probably just couldn't see it.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't have been able to see it anyway from those seats down the right field line. It gets a little tight down those corners. So unless you're a little more directly behind home plate. Yeah,
so just shiv it with a pin. That'll take care of the problem.
Yeah, you get kicked out. I think they're kicking you out.
In?
I mean, the Brewers are a pretty good organization. I imagine that if anybody had any issue, anything to say about it, they'd put him in. You okay over there, big guy? Holy moly. You doing all right?
It's never ending.
You okay?
No.
Okay, just making sure you're okay.
I'm okay. I put a cough drop in for Josh so he doesn't yell at me again.
I wonder if they would have just moved you to a different seat, right? If you had an issue with it, I'm thinking.
But is my seat an upgrade?
No.
Well, if you were sitting behind the owner's seats, it'd be hard to upgrade. Where do you want to sit? Where the umpire is?
I just know if I'm somebody who paid for it, I think you have the right to be a little flustered. Now, it did seem like they did move some of the seats, or they were just empty directly behind him.
I think that's probably why they put him.
But I also think you can see people as you watch that are clearly trying to see around Pablo's bulbous head.
There's some seats next to Pablo.
I thought you were a fan of Pablo. Why are we taking shots at Pablo? You can't tell me that you're a fan of Pablo and then start taking shots at the size of his head.
You called it a bulbous head.
Yeah. It's a perfect word to describe it.
It really was, but it feels unnecessary.
It doesn't matter if it was a perfect word, Josh. Still a shot.
I'm painting pictures with my words, and I wanted to describe accurately what it looked like.
Dazzling details and whatnot. There are some seats next to him. Chris weighing in on the YouTube stream. He says, I was one section over from where Pablo was sitting. He was sitting there during the 7-run inning. Yes, the people behind him had to be annoyed. I don't know. You're definitely on television. You're definitely in all of the pictures now that are circulating on social media, the ones that have been shared on MLB.com and whatnot. Maybe that's enough of a consolation prize.
Yeah, it's almost as good as it's just like instead of paying people, you pay them an experience. Yep, that'll do it. Put me on TV, baby.
Hey, the number of people who still try to pay me with exposure.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great exposure. I'm on College Game Day. I don't know if you can compete with the exposure I get on Saturday mornings.
Money more than exposure at this point.
Can I pay my mortgage with exposure? No, I'm going to need that check. Thank you so
reach
much.
out to Great Midwest Bank. Look, this month, you wouldn't believe I didn't get a lot of cash, but the exposure I got. So I'm just going to exchange that for my mortgage this month.
Yeah, stop doing that. Dustin weighing in saying, poor Pablo getting crapped on. My man's just trying to spread cheer.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. We talked earlier about the chick who ate the ladybugs. Does Pablo need to show up for more games? Is this a thing now where you're like, well, we put up a 7-run inning when Pablo was there? We're going to need him at more Brewers games. If they make the postseason, are we campaigning for Pablo to be in the stands, Gabe?
Well, again, it's pretty easy to, because once the hot streak is over, the hot streak is over. He shows up and they put up a goose egg on the scoreboard. Right. Pablo doesn't need to show up anymore.
Yeah.
Are there things like if you're sitting behind home plate you can't wear? Like, can you take your shirt off? Or could the girl come to a game in a bikini?
The girl.
I'm asking a question. Can you?
I believe.
Like, if it's hot, can you just take your shirt off and you're going to be on camera the whole time?
I believe you have teams have the right to basically tell anyone to do anything in their seats.
Yes.
What's the line?
You know what the line is.
Yeah.
I don't
Nudity.
think I do. There's guys
increasingly
waving their
difficult.
shirts
That's
in the.
what I was just going to say. Good call,
yeah.
Stu. It becomes increasingly difficult to, tell people in other sections of the ballpark they can't take their shirts off. If you got 2.5 sections now, because it continues to grow up there in the top section.
The Packers had the bikini girls like 8 years ago or 10 years ago.
8 years ago. Yep, that was 8 years ago.
Because when you played 7 years ago.
Well, okay, how long was it?
Well,
okay.
I remember the bikini girls during the Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
Do you know how long ago that was?
that was a little more than 8.
Yeah, just about.
Double
Thank you.
closer, isn't it?
Yes.
It is double, Josh. Did the math correctly there, pal.
I don't know why I do this show. I really don't.
It's because every
I really
reference
don't.
you have
I wake
is
up
10
every
years
morning and I'm
ago
like
max.
excited, and then I get on the show and I'm like, why do I do this?
What is your biggest beef with the show right now?
That you guys are a-holes.
All right, but
That's
besides
it's a pretty big number one, Jen. Like, if we're being honest, it's a legitimate. Again, as much as I don't want to say Josh had a point, if you paid a lot of money for those seats and you got to look at Pablo's head, you got a legitimate complaint. If Chewy's number one complaint about being on the show is that we're a-holes, it's a legitimate complaint.
But besides that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
I think it's fantastic.
Hey, I just want to make sure you remember that we did compliment your power rankings list.
How?
What do you mean, how?
He
I
didn't
said
hear-
it was a good
You
list.
threw a compliment out there, and then you tore it down right after
And
that.
then I said another compliment. It was a sandwich.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an open-faced sandwich, but it was a sandwich.
Chewy, again, what you have to realize with Chew is anytime you put the negative out, he doesn't hear any of the positive. He has told us how many times. He is trained to focus on the negative. So even if you try to do the softening of the blow thing that everybody loves to do, the compliment sandwich, right? Throw the compliment, give the bad thing, and then give the compliment. He's only going to hear, like most people, the actual criticism in the middle.
Like, I think I'm pretty grounded now. Now, when I played, I was probably a little bit of a b-hole, right?
why?
But now I think I'm pretty grounded.
Because you blew off Augusta National?
That wasn't totally my fault.
Oh, here we go. Revisionist history on Augusta now.
Well, no, I mean, it was him and Brett, so.
Can you be grounded now if your significant other has a special term for you when you're acting not grounded? NFL boy?
Yeah, she still pulls that out every now and then. It's because I call her body shop mouth, and she doesn't like it. You know? She has body shop mouth, and she doesn't know when to curb it in certain situations.
Yeah, because if
You
you're in
know?
the house, whatever, but, when you're in company.
I mean, you guys, you know what body shop mouth is, right?
100%.
Yes.
100%. For
sure.
What would Jen be, though? Because Jen's got potty mouth, too, at times.
Well, then just call me potty mouth.
No, it's got to tie to your game day job.
Wait, you think? Well, I mean, I don't
We
think
have a-
game day
We have
is.
a porta potty on game day. Does that count?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
right
think-
off the set.
I know game day is a bad influence on Jen, the way that the body shop was a bad influence on your wife's vocabulary. Again,
you ever
Reese
see the-
Davis is trying to tell her to dress nicer on the airplane. He's trying to.
I know,
He's trying
but
to
have
up
you ever
the.
seen the video of Chris Berman? Jen, you ever done that?
No. But I will tell you a story when we come back about yesterday when I had
All
a
right.
tiny little moment.
Oh, no.
Tiny. It was tiny. It was a tiny moment. We'll get into that after
Well, I
this.
got a feeling you're underselling.
Summer has a way of making you feel good in your own skin again. Maybe it's pulling out the summer clothes, planning vacations, or just wanting more confidence and energy day to day. I knew it was finally time to do something for myself, not just talk about it. That's why I'm on that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. I was ready for more than quick fixes. I wanted something that actually worked and lasted. I'm feeling lighter and more energized and back to enjoying foods I love while creating healthier habits that actually fit my life. I'm sleeping better, feeling more confident, and noticing changes that keep me motivated every single week. Milwaukee Weight Loss is a doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program designed to help people lose weight safely, naturally, and to keep it off. Some patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. I've lost 40 pounds to this point, and I'm already down a couple pant sizes. For a limited time, you can get $200 off with the Milwaukee Weight Loss Summer Special. Book your free consultation now at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary. And if you go to Milwaukee Weight Loss, tell them that Josh and Homer from ESPN Milwaukee sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Stay up to date on the green and gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and builds spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations, people lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
You know, I mean, your home is about as personal as it gets, right?
We want to build a relationship with homeowners, not only educating them, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us.
Yeah, the interview goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to know people while also serving them. It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
Besides that, it's just the right thing to do. See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I would say James Earl Jones because he's more grandfathery.
Yeah,
The
Darth
grandfather.
Vader was super grandfathery.
Very loving.
Those Star Wars #1 are horrible. The best one was Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, you know who's in that?
Who?
James Earl Jones. You
Where?
dip bleep. He is the voice of Darth Vader.
Are you sure?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Jeff in the 414 says Jen is locker room mouth. Chew, do you like
Oh, that's a
locker
good
room
one.
mouth? So yesterday I land in Connecticut. I'm making my trek to the rental car place. The best thing about renting with like National and Enterprise, it's not an ad, but is when you're a member, you just walk to the car. The keys are in it. You don't have to go to the counter and hand them your license, all that stuff. It's just very seamless. So I go to National and this woman pops out of the little booth and goes, Executive or Emerald Club? And I was like, both? You know, I don't know. It's whatever. I rent a lot of cars. She goes, let me just check the computer. And I was like, okay, it's fine. So another gentleman walks out and she asks him the same question. And he says, and she goes, okay, you're going to be on these cars in this road, except the first 3, which are reserved. Another gentleman walks out. Emerald. I was like, oh, and I'm still standing there, you guys. I'm just standing there waiting. And you know me, I hate downtime, right? I'm like, click, 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 want to keep it moving. So the third person comes out and she asks some Emerald Clubber executive, and then she does the whole spiel about the cars and the rows, and she looks at me and goes, I've almost got your profile up. And I go, I don't need your help. And I walked away. And as I was walking away, I was like, geez, Jen, there were like a million other ways you could have articulated that point. But I don't need your help in that, like, that tone, that, like, her face was like, and I was like, okay, that was bad. It was not my best moment. It was not my best moment.
Especially when she's got your profile almost pulled up.
For sure.
You probably flagged now.
Little note section there. Ornery.
Yeah.
Not nice. I wonder what my profiles say on all of those types of things, right? Even with like Disney Global Travel, when I call and it takes like 25 minutes to book a trip, I'm sure in there it says, handle with care or proceed cautiously.
Very patient. I'm sure it says that. Very patient.
I mean, can you imagine this young girl me being like, I don't need your help, and then walking to the car? Like, yeah, I wanted to apologize, but I didn't.
So you didn't want to apologize?
I mean, I did, but I didn't.
So again, this is a 1 or a 0 thing, Jen. Yeah. If you want to apologize, you do. If you don't want to apologize, you don't.
I didn't want to apologize enough. I had meetings to get to. What are we talking about here? Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee. Have a great day, everybody.
Southbound on 43, backing up from Silver Spring all the way to just south of Locust. We've also got northbound 4394 slowing down around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. We've got eastbound 94 just a bit backed up, heading right past Barker Road to